Hello, this is Kurt Curtis with the Full Octane Garage. Welcome. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the soda blasting and stripping process of our 1960 Corvette project, also known as Project Pink Floyd. This project can be a little bit messy, so we laid out tarps to catch all of the soda blasting dust. Soda can only be used one time. It's a single-use application. It's not like sand where you can reuse sand over and over once you filter it. We utilized the Eastwood Dual Blast system, which has one tank for soda and one tank for sand. Of course, on the fiberglass surface, we were careful not to ever use any sand because that abrasion would actually damage the lines of the fiberglass. The soda actually had no impact that was very visible at all on the fiberglass portions of the body. We've had a lot of people ask what kind of compressor we used. We actually used a Harbor Freight based compressor that's a 5 horsepower 60-gallon tank. We never ran out of air. We did filter the air for moisture so that it would keep the soda dry. But again, it was nothing major. It was just standard type stuff that you could buy at Harbor Freight. Not very industrial in any way. The other question we often get is, how much soda does it actually take to do a car like this? This car had very, very thick paint, and we ended up going through approximately 600 pounds of medium grade baking soda. One thing that's important to understand when using baking soda, it is not aggressive enough to remove body filler. Typically it removes the paint, it will remove most of the stuff off the surface, but it's not going to remove body filler and it's not going to remove rubber and caulking. So you're going to have to use some other method to remove those materials. The other thing that baking soda is not good for is it's typically not good for removing big chunks of rust. You really want to do your chassis with a sand-based product or a plastic-based product if you're going to be removing rust. There were some extremely tough areas in this particular car, and what we ended up having to do is use some aircraft brand paint remover that's safe for fiberglass. That was able to bubble up some of the heavy spots, and so we could scrape them off, and then what we did was soda blast it after that. Once you get all the paint removed, you're going to find that you're going to have some small cracks here and there. We used a product called West Systems, which is an epoxy resin, and put a little bit of filler in it to fill the cracks. We'd actually cut along the edge of the crack past the crack line, mix up some of the epoxy and spread it in. It sealed very well. Once you've completed soda blasting, you're going to have a lot of white powder all over the place. You're going to want to wash it down thoroughly with some fresh water to make sure you get every bit of that powder away before you go do any priming, because the primer is going to adhere much better to a clean surface. For all of the non-fiberglass smaller bits, we used a sandblast cabinet with some medium black sand from Tractor Supply. This worked extremely well, but you got to be careful on your metal parts not to heat them up too much. You'll see in the next few pictures that we've had to replace a bunch of little broken bits of fiberglass on the doors. The best thing you can do is just rivet a little bit of metal behind it, use it as a surface to start bonding, lay in your fiberglass, and then drill out the rivets and fiberglass the backside also. Thanks for checking us out. Please take a moment to go to Facebook and like us on facebook.com/Full Octane Garage, and also please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to have you come back and see some more. And I almost forgot, come and see us often at fulloctanegarage.com.